At the corner of Fifth Avenue and Central Park South stands a building that does not merely occupy space, it commands it. The Plaza Hotel rises like a monument to ambition, wealth, and illusion. Its white facade gleams under Manhattan's shifting light, projecting elegance, permanence, and privilege. But behind the marble floors, beyond the chandeliers, and underneath the polished brass doors, there exists another plaza, a darker plaza, one shaped by excess, secrecy, power, and decay. This is not just a hotel, this is a stage where America's elite perform their grandest illusions while hiding their deepest fears. To understand the plaza is to understand a truth America rarely admits. That luxury does not erase darkness, it conceals it. Chapter 1. Born of Excess. The Plaza Hotel opened its doors in 1907, at the height of America's Gilded Age, a time when wealth concentrated at the very top, while millions struggled below. Built by Henry Janeway Hardenberg, the same architect behind the Dakota, the Plaza was designed not as a place to sleep, but as a symbol. A European palace transplanted onto American soil. This was the era of the Vanderbilts, Astors, Morgans, and Rockefellers. Men who believed money was destiny and permanence could be bought. The plaza was created for them. Every arch, every staircase, every inch of gold leaf whispered the same message: you belong here, or you do not. Rooms were larger than most New York apartments. Ballrooms shimmered with crystal chandeliers imported from Europe. Servants moved silently, trained to see everything and say nothing. From the very beginning, the plaza was not neutral ground. It was a fortress for power. Chapter 2. The Price of Belonging. Entry into the plaza's world required more than money. It required status. Guests were scrutinized. Behavior was monitored. Reputations mattered. The plaza operated under an unspoken rule. You could be rich, but you also had to be acceptable. This exclusivity created an environment where secrets thrived. Affairs conducted behind locked doors. Political deals whispered over champagne. Business empires shaped over late-night brandy. Employees, maids, bellhops, servers became unwilling witnesses to America's hidden elite. They saw intoxication masked as elegance, cruelty disguised as confidence, loneliness wrapped in diamonds. The plaza did not create corruption. It simply gave it a comfortable place to stay. Chapter 3. Women in the Shadows. For all its glamour, the plaza was deeply unequal. Women arrived as social ornaments, wives, mistresses, debutantes. Their value measured in appearance, silence, and obedience. Many lived inside the hotel for months, even years, isolated from the city beyond its doors. Their lives reduced to routines of tea rooms, mirrors, and waiting. Waiting for husbands, waiting for permission, waiting for relevance. Some women arrived dreaming of fairy tales, only to discover gilded cages. Rumors circulated of breakdowns, quiet departures, sudden disappearances. Staff learned not to ask questions. In the plaza, dignity was optional, but discretion was mandatory. Chapter 4. Power Plays and Politics. The plaza was never just a hotel. It was a political instrument. Foreign dignitaries stayed here. Presidents passed through. Corporate titans negotiated deals that reshaped industries. Behind closed doors, decisions were made that affected millions who would never step foot inside its halls. No press, no records, no accountability. The plaza offered something priceless: privacy in plain sight, and with privacy came manipulation. Journalists suspected it, historians hinted at it, but the truth remained locked behind brass handles and velvet curtains. Chapter 5. Prohibition and Decadence. When prohibition swept across America, the plaza adapted. Publicly, it obeyed the law. Privately, liquor flowed freely. Hidden bars, secret entrances, code words exchanged between trusted guests. The rich were never truly dry. Jazz echoed through private suites, while the city below struggled with poverty and crime. The plaza existed in a parallel America, one untouched by consequences. But decadence leaves stains. Excess hardened into addiction. Pleasure blurred into despair. The plaza did not sleep. It endured. Chapter 6. The cracks begin. By the mid-20th century, the world outside the plaza began to change. The Great Depression humbled fortunes. Wars shifted global power. The old aristocracy weakened. The plaza remained, but something was different. Maintenance grew costly. Ownership changed hands. The building aged, even if its image did not. Behind the facade, systems deteriorated. Pipes leaked. Walls cracked. Staff numbers shrank. The illusion of permanence began to fade. Chapter 6. The cracks begin. By the mid-20th century, the world outside the plaza began to change. The Great Depression humbled fortunes. Wars shifted global power. The old aristocracy weakened. The plaza remained, but something was different. Maintenance grew costly. Ownership changed hands. The building aged, even if its image did not. Behind the facade, systems deteriorated. Pipes leaked. Walls cracked. Staff numbers shrank. The illusion of permanence began to fade. Chapter 7. The Trump Era. In 1988, Donald Trump purchased the Plaza Hotel, declaring it a trophy of success. But the purchase revealed a harsh truth. The plaza was no longer profitable. Maintenance costs were crushing. Debt mounted quickly. The palace became a financial burden. Trump's ownership was brief and costly. By the early 1990s, the plaza entered bankruptcy protection. For the first time, the illusion shattered publicly. America saw that even its grandest symbols could fall. Chapter 8. Rebirth or Disguise. The plaza was eventually sold again, renovated, and rebranded. Luxury condominiums replaced many hotel rooms. Permanent residents replaced transient elites. The building survived, but it changed. Some say it was reborn. Others say it was hollowed out. The plaza today still shines, but fewer people pass through its doors. Its grand public life has been privatized. What once symbolized shared aspiration now represents locked privilege. Chapter 9. Ghosts of the Gilded Age. If buildings remember, the plaza remembers everything. The footsteps of servants who vanished into history, the laughter of elites who believed they were immortal, the quiet sobs behind closed doors. Nothing truly disappears here. The plaza stands not as a monument to success, but as a warning. That wealth cannot stop time. That power cannot buy meaning. That luxury does not equal happiness. Conclusion. The illusion remains. Today, tourists photograph the plaza, enchanted by its beauty. Few consider what it represents. A century of inequality, a theater of excess, a house built on silence. The Plaza Hotel did not just host history, it hid it. And as long as its lights remain on, the shadows will remain too. Because in America, the darkest stories are often told in the brightest rooms.